Okay, folks, this is a massive episode. We're going to tell you exactly where Bitcoin's going. Pablo's got a projection for you in this episode of the ultimate target for this bull run. Is it going to be 150K, 200K, 250K, or only 120K? What do you think? Pablo's going to give you the answer, and also where altcoins are going for the entire bull run. Okay, so let's get started on this because I think a lot of folks saw that last episode. I gave some reasons on why I think Bitcoin has changed its course and why I think Ethereum, therefore altcoins, has changed its course. Because the long-term sellers, long-term holders are selling because the whales are selling, right? Doesn't mean a bear market, but it just means we're probably going to get more sideways fluctuation. Okay, so what I mean by that, let's go straight into it. First, let's start with the day-to-day Bitcoin action. Here it is. If you're in my Discord and you could see this, so basically, call the top at 108, 108K. I said it's coming down to the bottom of the channel, right? If it goes through the bottom of the channel, then it should bounce off this 94K area, which we kind of did. And then I told my Discord that, hey, guys, it's going to be refill the wick, which means we have this wick here. We're going to refill that, which means retest this bottom, this low. So that means we get a bounce at 92 or 90K area, and it bounced at 92. And here is where it gets interesting. We get the bounce, but it flirts just on the edge of the rising channel. It's like as if saying, "Oh, am I going in? Am I back in the trend? Is the bull market back on, or am I going to be in a more sideways trend?" Right? So back in here, rising channel, Bitcoin goes up steadily. Down here, Bitcoin swings, right? Sideways, which is what I covered in my last video. I show a lot of evidence of why Bitcoin and Ethereum and therefore altcoins have changed their course. So that unstoppable bull market has changed for now. So I think we're more in a swing market, right? Sideways swing market with a chance of a pullback. I'll actually show you how Bitcoin can make new all-time highs. Look, let me show you this chart, right? This is a chart we have seen people float around a lot. And, okay, have a look at this. Have a look at this. So, what is this? By the way, this is a non-log chart. The charts I have always been using are log charts because crypto is like, it goes up exponentially. It can do 100x in like 3 months. So therefore, I use log charts, where else it'll look ridiculous. You can't even draw a trend line. Like this is the natural chart of Bitcoin. It's a non-log chart. And look at this. We can hardly draw a trend line. This is like the only time we can probably, see some, some trend lines on it. So yeah. So this is on the weekly. I have drawn a line from the top of 2017. 2017, that's 2 bull runs ago, right? That's 7 years ago through this top, then through the top at 64K in April 21, then through the top at 69K at November 2021, right? And now here we are at now 108K. So first of all, I'll clarify by saying I'm not sure if using a natural chart, right, is the right thing to do. If you look at the numbers here, they go up by every 5K. That's a natural chart, right? I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. And here is a log chart. If I was to show you this chart, see how we start off by going up by like 1K or so, and here we go up by 20K. Look it up, guys. It's a log chart, right? These are the basics, so I won't go into details explaining it. But sometimes these natural, in the stock market, because things don't go up exponentially, then these linear charts, natural charts tend to work. In crypto, we tend to use log charts, but some people do use this natural chart in crypto, and so far we've had this pullback from 108K. And I've already told you why there would be a pullback from 108K, because it's at the top of that small rising channel that I drew. I just showed you guys a minute ago. Here, it's also hit that top, 108K, and it's pulling back. So let me just enlarge that so you can see that. So it's working out pretty well, and that was a big pullback. So we better respect this line. Because so far it's working. And I've drawn two trend lines here, two price patterns here. This dark black one is basically me just copying this one, right? And it shows, hey, we could get a pullback to like low 80s, and then but eventually, boom, runs up to like how high is that? Like, anyways, it could go much higher, like 120, whatever. And this one, right, is actually just mapping out the move from back here. I literally just used these two peaks, which is all of 2021, 64K down to 30K, bounced to 69K, the last bull run. The reason why I do that is so that I'm working on, with the black one, it eventually breaks through this massive, right, trend line and keeps going. However, with the orange one, the assumption is that it never breaks through, right? But we still have Bitcoin making new highs, getting all the way up to like 115K, 115, and then pull back, right? For an early finish of the bull market in, say, early March. So I'll get onto the altcoins and I'll talk about a couple of altcoins and how this all works out. But and I'll explain why I'm doing this and what you need to be careful of when you're trading market expectations like this. But before we get onto all that, that's answered the question of what exchange does Pablo use? Okay, Pablo uses a non-KYC exchange because I've been telling you guys that play some defense, right? We're serious about playing some defense because right now I'm thinking the market's going to swing sideways. As you saw, whether the black line plays out or the orange line projection plays out, the market swings sideways. So I'm doing some buying at support and selling at resistance. If I'm selling, I want it to be on a non-KYC exchange, which means you don't need to hand in your ID. They don't know who you are. Even users can join because you don't need an ID and they can't see you're American. So the tax office can't see you, the IRS can't see you, CIA, FBI, government, nobody can see you, right? So, and I've spoken to the largest non-KYC exchange. They made a deal with me. This is Pablo bonus, right? For 3 days left in the offer. 3 days left. Deposit 100 USDT, get 20 futures bonus. Deposit 1,000 USDT, get a $200 futures bonus. And we just click here, right, on this button here. And that takes us to the page for the sign up. And if you are watching this on YouTube, then it's in the description. In the description, right below you, that's the link. On any other platform, basically just go to my homepage, right? And there's my stand link with Pablo He-Man. We click in there, and it's the first thing that comes up because this is a big deal, and it finishes in 3 days, right there. So then that takes us to that page again. Okay, let's get on with it. Back to Bitcoin. So the thing is, I am not sure about this scenario. It's just one scenario I have in mind. If we are to say, Bitcoin does respect this trend line and does make its top of the bull run here, right? Then the way it would work, in my mind, is this orange line. If not, then we have some sort of pullback. Somewhere to 80K is possible, but not necessary. And then we break up, right? We break up. So in either case, when Bitcoin breaks up like this into a new all-time high, you would still have an altcoin run, right? An altcoin run, because altcoins are seeing Bitcoin going to 100, above 108K, going to 110, 111, 112, 114, right? Altcoins will still have a run. But in that case, if Bitcoin doesn't get to like 130, 150, 180K, like a big run for Bitcoin, then basically altcoins would have a more muted bull run. So therefore, we need to choose the right narrative. The right narrative is going to be very important for the altcoins. Okay, so let's have a look at where altcoin season is at. This chart so far, look, like I called it. I mean, I said 61.4 is exactly where we're going to turn on Bitcoin dominance. And it turned down. So we enjoyed a few days of altcoin run. And then basically, look, we hope this is a lower high. See here? We broke the trend line. This is a massive trend line, right? Massive trend line that's been supporting Bitcoin going up, strengthening against altcoins. Then Bitcoin dominance kind of tanked really hard. The first lower low, and we hope this is the first lower high, right? And then we hope it comes down to for another lower low. That's what a downtrend is, right? Basically, boom, 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 boom. Something like this. That'll be a great altcoin season, right? It's not a surprise that Bitcoin so far got rejected at this level, which is that massive, look, this massive red trend line, right? So, and then let's hope it really needs to get rejected again at this 58.3 area and keep on doing this, right? Then the altcoin season is really on. And even in the chart that I just showed you guys, even if the orange line plays out and Bitcoin only finishes this whole bull run only at 114, 115K area, but if we get this move in Bitcoin dominance going down, we can still have a very good altcoin season. Don't worry about that, right? But if Bitcoin can make a bigger run, then that's fantastic as well. Now I'll show you a couple of altcoins. So for example, Quant. Quant, a lot of people are bagging it out because Quant is very left-wing and they actually moved to bluesky.com. They left Twitter and people are bagging it out. And I said in solidarity with all the Quant holders, because I hold Quant and I know my folks hold Quant. I did a 5x futures trade, right? When it was around around 87 or something and went to 140, 150, that's where I got out. The reason why I got out there is I tend to sell around these big, right? This is 147, around these big 148 resistance levels. Again, if you sold at this 162 resistance level, you'd have exited at the top. So one big word of warning is that what we're supposed to see on Quant is it comes back and bounce off this, right? This massive trend. I don't know if I want to call it a big bull flag, but let's call it like a channel, right? Big channel in light green, bounce off this area, which is around 119, 120 area, and up it goes. What's not good is that it bounced all the way back here, right? Inside the channel. And so far still hasn't exited the channel yet. So it's going to be important. Just like we saw with Bitcoin, it's going to get out of the channel, right? This is a downward channel, so that's going to good, or it's going to get stuck inside the channel. In terms of where to place the buy orders, one good place would have been before, if we didn't know how low would go, would have been this 107 because, look, this is a big support area I've got marked out on the chart. And also this is 0.38 on the $99. This is on the Fibonacci retrace. The big support area here around 87, 89 didn't get hit. That's where I originally made my futures trade, right? Futures long. So here, we really hope it can bounce, break up, bounce off 117 sort of area and just keep going and don't stop till about 148. That would be great. For it to keep on banging around inside this, see this trend channel is not. This channel area, this big zone in light green is not good. However, a pullback, what it did to this 0.38 on the Fibonacci, that's not a big deal. That's pretty normal for crypto. So again, if we want to play for a bounce, try to pick some up here around this 105, 106 area, and maybe more from this 99 area if it does pull back, and then try to offload it. Earliest resistance 131 and then 148. I might do a futures long here because I like Quant, and this is a normal pullback. My thinking is Quant probably does something like this, like a bow and an arrow shape. Sorry, cup and handle, cup, right, and handle, and then break through if Bitcoin stays strong. So But none of this is financial advice. You do you guys. I do me. You do you. So do we have time for one more? Okay, let's do let's say we can do INS, which is one of my favorite coins. I've been saying this for a long time because INS is basically kind of named by the head of BlackRock, saying that, hey, we need to do digital identity on the blockchain. If everyone's going to be investing on the blockchain, we better do digital identity because there could be all sorts of crime going on with crypto. So they started the Ethereum. BlackRock applied for the Ethereum ETF. That's working out great, and now they're asking for the identity to be of everyone to be registered on chain. That's why it's called Ethereum naming services. So they click that wallet and they know straight away it's linked to you. That's how they enforce the law on there. But that's why I say, for some folks, you might like the non-KYC exchange where they don't ask for your ID. That's why a non-KYC exchange becomes handy. Anyways, so I was talking about it even around here, right? Folks in my Discord will know. So $8, and now it's been like a 6x run, 6 or 7x run, and it's, kind of safer than the other coins because it's not a crazy meme coin. This is ENS, like it's even Vitalik talks about this coin quite a lot. Okay, so basically, I've got another uptrending channel for ENS, and it actually went above on a weekly close, but it was a fake out, and see how it got rejected at this 48.8 area, which is a resistance area on my chart drawn from previous highs. And then we got a rejection. So that's a big red candle and not much of a bounce so far. In that case, once again, so then where the support area is going to be, 28.4. But also you've got this rising channel here. So this area is a strong area for support because you've got, let's call it 28. You've got this bottom, see this bottom parallel line of the rising channel in yellow, and you've also got this right support area. So we might get something like this, cup and handle. So here's the cup, goes like this, right? And then here's the handle, and boom. And once again, so I just asked folks to be careful because watch my last video. The last video, I really explained why I think there's a directional change in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, and this Ethereum naming service is very closely related to Ethereum. So basically, I don't think we're in a straight up bull run for now because the direction has changed for the next 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks. I would like to say, like I've been saying in my last couple of videos, play 50% defense, 50% offense, at least 50% defense, which means when it hits a resistance line like this $39 area, shave some profits off, right? Sell 10%, 20%, it's up to you, right? If you're in a futures position, you might want to take off more, and then there's a chance it might come to 49, or it might not do that for a while. So that's why we buy the support and sell the resistance, right? Here and here. So how this goes, I'll keep you guys more updated. We're kind of in a kind of a tricky situation right now. If you've been watching my videos, you know why I'm saying all this. Okay, thank you for following, and I'll give you guys more update very quickly.